Good morning. Tom Galuscio here for the Westerly Historical Society and another exciting episode of Reflections, our oral history program. And today I have the pleasure of introducing John Hall. Good morning, John.
Well, good morning.
Good to have you.
Great seeing you from way past and many other little facets that our lives have passed in. So yeah, it'd be great to be here and talk a little bit about some of my history, but some of the history of Avondale and how it's changed, my family life, and sort of where I came from, and it's kind of an interesting story, and we'll get into it here a little bit. The Hall family has been on the property, and I still live in the same house since 1749. Now, if we look back at our history books, that was before it was a country.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've been there a while.
Yes, sir.
On my father's side was obviously from England descent, and there's a hall that was in Jamestown, a hall in Newport, and eventually ended up down here in Avondale, known then as the Lottery, but that's all changed now a little bit. On my mother's side, I'm Mohegan Indian, so therefore we've been here. My heritage is a tremendously long time. I was born in the Westerly Hospital in 1940. So therefore, I think at this point in time, and lived in Avondale all my life, or not yet, as we say. But the fun thing is, I think now I'm the oldest born child that's still in Avondale. It was David Rathbun, he was there for a while, Cordy Chapman, Jack Barrett, some of the people we know, the Burdicks, Gregory Burdick and Howard Burdick was in the Navy as a commander. Some interesting characters, and went through Avondale. In my youth, living there and just playing baseball, soccer, and on a little field there. Actually, it was on the Rathbun property. And just being with a bunch of older people, and just really learned a little history of how it all was there. My father worked at Cottrell's as a tool maker, second shift. So I really was brought up by my grandfather. And my grandfather lived in the same house as we did, he and my grandmother. They were upstairs. But so anyhow, I spent most of my younger life with my grandfather, which was really kind of a neat way to do that.
So, John Hall, do you have a philosophy at 85 years old? What's gotten you this far, and what do you want to pass on to the next generation?
Don't ever worry about things you can't change, which is what most of us do. Things we have absolutely no control of throws us in a tailspin. And there's plenty of that going on right now throughout the world. So only think about really the things that you can change in your life or make, and sometimes that changes, you have to change. I mean, like I'm talking about Avondale. Is it the old place that I love and want to be there? No, it's a different place now. And it's not going to change. It has changed. I have to change. And I think as you get older, and I'm sure every one of us my age or even older has to think about, why don't I want it to change? And it is going to change. And so we have to think about that, I think. So my philosophy, even though I fight it tooth and nail, but I have to realize I have to change because the times have changed. We're not living in the world that we thought was perfect and right.
We'll make today as perfect as we can.
Yeah.
Treat people well. And
yeah.
Do the best that we can every day.
At least say good morning to somebody, even if you don't know them.
Yeah.
I do that. You know, whether you're at McQuaid, you go, "Hey, good morning."
Absolutely.
And you know, and some of the look, they're like, "God, no one said that to me before." Or they have, or not in a long time. But I try to do that. Am I perfect? No, I'm far from perfect. But I know the things that I have to change and make better.